Hello, my name is Flora, an occupational therapy student from Creighton University, a third year student. Here with me, I have Miss Brandy, and she's the program administrator for Rejuvenated Women, and we'll be able to ask her a few questions today. Miss Brandy, thank you for interviewing with me. How are you doing?
I'm well. Thank you for having me, Flora.
Okay. So I'm gonna ask you a couple of questions about human trafficking because I know you the program administration at Rejuvenated Women, and you have a few knowledge on working with vulnerable population like this. One of the questions I'm gonna like to ask you is what is the actual definition of human trafficking?
Well, sex trafficking, it's modern day slavery that involves the use of force, fraud, and coercion to obtain a commercial sex act.
Okay. Um, how can you talk to a survivor of human trafficking? How are you able to communicate with them, or are you able to talk to them after going through that trauma?
Well, you have to be trauma informed. You have to use a informed care approach, being sensitive in response to the nature of their trauma.
Okay. What are some of the mental issue working with survival of human trafficking? What are some mental issue do you see?
There's so many that we come across, but some of the more prevalent ones would be depression, anxiety, PTSD, self harm, and of course, suicide.
Okay. What program do rejuvenating women offer to the human trafficking survivors? So, what are some programs do you guys have here that you guys offer to the survivor?
Well, some of the programs that we offer, of course, is mental health counseling. We have art therapy, DBT, individual group mentoring. We have other individualized programming that's tailored to meet the needs of each woman where they're at.
Okay. What are some of the needs of survivors?
Well, medical care obviously is the first one. Um, they'll need emergency and transitional housing with long term assistance. They'll need the mental health counseling, and they'll need help with job training and placement.
Okay. What are some encouraging words you can provide with family, loved one, friends, or of any human survival from human trafficking?
Well, for the families, I would say, be patient with the process. I know it's very difficult and we just want our loved ones out of that life, but it's a process. So you have to be patient with the process and just not give up hope.
Okay. What are some tips provided to people working with human trafficking survivors? What are some tips will you provide?
Well, one thing I'll say again, for those of us who are working in this type of setting, is that you have to be patient with the survivor's process, and then also be patient with your process. In this type of setting, each person on both sides is going through a process, and patience is key. Also, I would say that self care is a must. You got to take care of yourself because if you don't, you'll reach a place of what is called compassion fatigue, burnout very quickly, because you're faced with these awful stories of trauma for these women every day, and it becomes overwhelming. So you have to take care of yourself. Self care is a must.
Okay. And my last question for you is what are some encouraging words you can provide to human trafficking survivors that want them to continue with moving forward in life and not giving up?
Once again, my key word is hope. And I love the word hope because hope does not disappoint. If you hold on to hope, you know that there's hope for a better tomorrow. And so, for women who are coming through this awful, tragic life, I would say that new life can begin. Just hold on to hope.
Okay. Thank you so much again, Miss Brandy.
Thank you for
That was
having
a
me.
nice interview. Have a nice day.
You too. Thanks.